Hello everybody. This evening I'm going to be installing a Flatland Racing radiator guard. Very important thing, I'm telling you. I've actually had a CR250 ram to stick through my radiator. Wished I'd have had one of these back then. I've been with friends, Blake that rides with me, and him crashing. If he would not have had, he can testify, he wouldn't have had his Flatland Racing radiator guard, his radiator would have been crushed. This thing is a lifesaver. For the money you pay for it, it's worth the money. And Flatland Racing, they make first class stuff. So let's get this thing installed. Okay, the first thing we need to do is remove the 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4 Allen bolts. I already removed the seat to get it out of the way. You have to remove the seat and this side panel here to get to this bolt here. With these bolts removed, okay, that side panel out of the way. This here cover just snaps off. We pull the top off here, pull that back, it just pulls out. That's all there is to that stock one, which is pretty flimsy plastic. This thing is actually to deflect, not deflect, but direct air through your radiator. It also, remember, will direct sticks into your radiator. I'm living proof of that on my CR250 when that happened. It went right in, you can see where it hit. It scratched and went straight in at an angle like that. On that CR250, it ruined the radiator. I couldn't have it fixed. So let's get this thing on here. My wrench here. Okay, first bolts are removed. Remove these 2 right here. They're 8mm. Out of the way. The radiator kind of dropped down. Just remember, you'll have to raise it back up when you stick them back in. Okay, they come with, supply you with 2 bolts because with the added thickness of this metal, it's not lightweight junk. This is some really good stuff. So you need a little bit longer bolts. So they kind of nuts to supply it. Like that. I take my washers off my other one, off my other bolts, stick them right in here like this. Lined up. The way to do it is go ahead and have your socket ready, which I didn't, with the 10mm because same size threaded bolt, but they're 10mm hex. Put this dude right in there and on that bolt, then you can set this thing right in that, raise it up till it threads, start the bottom or the top bolt in. It's a very simple install. Pull this back out, get the bottom one threaded in. Okay, like that. Well, actually, I don't want them bars that way. Okay, there you go. Remember, this one here is going to bolt on when you bolt this radiator guard back on, or radiator shroud, sorry, back on. It bolts on with it. Use your same existing bolt. Just like that. Just now we'll tap it up. Good and tight. Like a German. What I do is hold this lined up straight with this hole. That way when you get this thing bolted up, it has a little flex in it because of the rubber mounts, but go ahead and hold that in the right spot while you tighten these. Okay. Them are good and tight. Okay, now get my radiator shroud back on here. I'm telling you, this dude, when you put this bolt in, because see what you got is a lot of the guards, they just go on the front of the radiator. Well, they have no strength at all this way from side impact from laying it over. They have no strength from front impact when you crash and pushing this back. This thing with this big brace to here, you're going to have a serious crash before you ever tear that up. I mean, this Flatland Racing done a super job when they designed this. So, let's get this shroud back in there. Bolt back in it. Yeah, I'm trying to find out what I've done with my Allen wrench. Found that lady here somewhere. That's okay. Get the bolt started. Make sure when you put these bolts in, they do have a shoulder. Don't just put the bolts in and tighten them into plastic. Make sure that that shoulder goes into the plastic, right? This shoulder fits in the hole. That way you don't smash the plastic. It actually fits the way it's made to fit. So what I do is, I drop the bolt out there, as you guys have probably seen. What I do is I put it on here, get it started, then I will hold it out, get it in there, hold it out while I tighten it in. Holds it into place. Any of these shoulder bolts on plastic, you need to do that. Okay, let me find my Allen wrench. Right here. Hold this out as I tighten it in. That way it holds it, the shoulder right into the plastic the way it should be. And that bolt is putting that top bolt in there. And notice how when I done it, it lines right up. Same way on this one, hold that out. Tighten the bolt in. Once you get it all the way in where you're snug, then you can let go of the plastic. All three of them the same way. Hold that out. Run it until it's snug. Same way on this one back here. But they won't be aligned right if you just crank the bolts in. They're a shouldered bolt. Yeah. You can torque these if you prefer. I don't. Don't see the need in it. There we go. Man, that's going to be nice. Okay, let me show you a front angle view of that. And here's your front angle view. You can see these holes. It's going to take a pretty small stick to go through that. Most of them ain't going to, you don't have to worry about that. Way better than the stock solid. That makes that radiator where it don't move. Thanks to Flatland Racing for all the good stuff they come up with. CRF250L, they also make stuff for KTM, Yamaha, Honda, of course, Suzuki. Go to flatlandracing.com and check them out. you'll be happy you bought the products. Okay, got everything installed. I do make a correction. These are shouldered bolts. These two here and this one right here is shouldered bolts. This one is not. This will be your short one. Make sure you put the short non-shouldered bolt right here. The rest of these are shouldered bolts. They're all the same size Allen. Just remember that. So now, I really like this. I got my Flatland Racing radiator guard, which I think will be, skid plate will probably be number one, my favorite, because of rocks and ledge rocks. Keep from busting the engine case. This here makes it deflect, if you see the limbs from getting brush in here and bending the lever back. Also with the fold-in shift lever, so that's a super improvement. This thing keep me from getting sticks in it, or if I do fall over, which I did in one of my videos, luckily it was on the other side, keep from smashing the radiator. And those radiators are so soft, it don't take anything to crush one. And it's very expensive to replace. This thing is cheaper and easy to install. So I'm very happy with that. Also, the cargo rack. That is a super clean looking cargo rack. Almost like it makes the bike look like I don't have a big old bulky rack on there. It's a lot more clean look. Flatland Racing. I can't say enough about them. All their products I've got so far are first class. So I look forward to the future. And you guys check out Flatland Racing at flatlandracing.com. Thank you all for watching my videos. Please subscribe and post the comments. I enjoy answering your questions. It's not a problem. You ain't bothering me at all by asking a question. So ask some questions. Subscribe to my channel. Always click the thumbs up. Catch y'all in the next video.